When we look at these cases, we look at what's actually published, and this lewd and lascivious sexual conduct seems to be the top of the pecking order. But we have narcotics trafficking, we have money laundering, we have significant Department of Justice forfeiture actions that we can predict, in addition to simply being part of a larger organization, a RICO conspiracy.
I don't know what y'all want from me. It's like the more tea we come across, the more Diddy we see. These allegations against him are getting stronger with each new update. Diddy is probably going to spend a lot of time in court fighting for his life because, according to his longtime nemesis 50 Cent, the feds are bringing RICO charges against him. Now, 50 and Diddy have been going at it for years, but with this upcoming alleged RICO case, it looks like 50 might be getting the upper hand against Diddy. These charges against Diddy sound real bad because there are even more reports of narcotic pushing, trafficking, and other messed up stuff. Diddy is in the deep end now, and he is in over his head. This is only going to get messier, so let's break the tea all the way down.
What they're looking for is proof of conspiracies for trafficking, potentially money laundering, which could bolster their forfeiture case, and connecting the dots to prove the longevity, meaning how long this went on, and the extent of the activities of the alleged criminal organization.
Diddy is in a lot of mess, and 50 Cent is more than happy to clown him in the process, exposing even more shady activities about Diddy that we didn't know about until now, especially some inside information about Diddy's ongoing case with Homeland Security. Now, everybody knows by now that Diddy and 50 Cent do not get along. What a lot of people don't know is that 50 actually used to admire Diddy back in the day and wanted to be signed by Diddy to Bad Boy Records, but Diddy refused. According to a former G-Unit member, Tony Yayo, it was because Diddy was nervous about signing an artist associated with a gangster image following the death of Biggie Smalls, and if there is one thing about 50 Cent in his early days, it was that he was big on the gangster image because that was kind of his brand at the start. Remember him saying, "Many men wish death upon me"? He was taking shots at everybody. Tony Yayo revealed that 50 Cent really wanted to sign with Bad Boy Records and managed to get a meeting with Diddy, but it was clear from the start that Diddy only took the meeting out of formality because he had no intentions of signing 50. Tony Yayo said, "We had a meeting with Diddy. It was me and 50, and he took the meeting out of respect. He had deals all over the table. I wasn't saying he was going to take the deal he might not have, but Diddy didn't want to take the deal because of all the drama." But 50 was the hottest man on the planet, and one thing about 50 Cent is that he's petty and keeps a grudge for a long time. That's what happened with Diddy. 50 Cent's resentment towards Diddy was festering for a long time, and that's why we've seen him take shots at Diddy over the years. Even before the lawsuit started last year, 50 Cent had been shading Diddy and calling him out for different stuff for years, including allegations of being on the DL and having affairs with multiple men in the industry. 50 Cent also found out that Diddy had been involved with his baby mama, the mother of 50 Cent's son, as a worker. When 50 Cent found out, he was furious and slammed both Diddy and his baby mama, Daphne Joy, on Twitter. He said, "I didn't know you were a worker, you little worker. Yo, this is a movie." He also accused her of trying to trap him with another baby, saying, "You moved a mile away in hopes of having another baby with me, but I was busy, so you moved back and then started receiving money from Brother Love." Now here we are, little worker. He was so furious that he filed for primary custody of their son, which explains why he has been keeping his ear to the streets about the current case going on with Diddy and the feds. Now 50 Cent is out for blood, determined to spill every last detail about the case. This time he is revealing that the feds are allegedly bringing a RICO case against Diddy. This is interesting because there have been allegations that this whole thing with Diddy and the feds is bigger than him. Allegedly, this is just a small part of a larger conspiracy, hence the RICO charges being brought against him and a number of people he is allegedly ready to inform on. Why all probably know a thing or two about RICO, especially after the whole thing with Young Thug and YSL. For those who don't know, prosecutors often use RICO to dismantle criminal organizations by targeting not only the individuals directly involved in criminal activities, but also those who facilitate or benefit from them, such as leaders, associates, and even legitimate businesses linked to the enterprise. To successfully prosecute under RICO, prosecutors must demonstrate the existence of an enterprise engaged in a pattern of racketeering activity, as well as the defendant's involvement in that enterprise and its illegal activities. What this means is that the feds have more than reasonable doubt to believe that Diddy is part of this alleged crime syndicate involved in trafficking, money laundering, and other illicit activities. This is very interesting because there have been reports before now that Diddy was allegedly involved in money laundering and similar activities. Remember the fourth woman who sued Diddy last year, the one who claimed that she was a minor when Diddy and a group of his friends allegedly assaulted her? In the lawsuit, she also claimed that Diddy's Bad Boy Records was allegedly being used as a front for criminal activities, including ties to the Black Mafia. The lawsuit stated that at the time Mr. Combs was 34 years old, twice the age of Ms. Doe, and one of the most well-known and influential music artists of all time. A decade earlier, Mr. Combs founded Bad Boy and installed his longtime friend Mr. Pierre into the role of president. At the time, Mr. Combs had many connections to Michigan, including, among others, to the Black Mafia family BMF, a drug trafficking and money laundering organization rumored to have seeded Bad Boy. Accordingly, upon information and belief, Mr. Combs' associates, including Mr. Pierre and the third assailant, spent significant time in and around Detroit, Michigan. This reinforces 50's claims that Diddy will be facing RICO charges in the coming days. What's also interesting is that the BMF story is currently being documented in a drama series executive produced by Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent, so he must know a lot about the BMF and Diddy. Interestingly, Candace Owens also hinted at this when she tweeted about how the raid on Diddy's house by Homeland Security was just a cover. Candace tweeted, "The feds are currently raiding Diddy's house. They already knew what he was up to, but he is going to be the fall guy so they can protect the people at the top of the ring. They are raiding his home to hide evidence, not to find it. That's how this works." 50 Cent also tweeted, "Boy said, where are his friends? They're not saying anything because they didn't know he was recording everything. Wait till I get the tapes." So, who are the other people involved in these alleged criminal activities? The streets are saying that it has to be some very powerful people in the business, even more powerful than Diddy, which is saying something. Diddy is a literal billionaire, or at least he was before this whole mess started. So if the people involved are even more powerful, then you know they are at the very top of the food chain in Hollywood. This brings us to two names being tossed into the mix: Clive Davis and Lucian Grange. If you don't know who these men are, they are at the very top of the food chain in Hollywood and basically run everything, because whatever they say goes. Lucian is the chairman and CEO of Universal Music, while Clive is the chief creative officer at Sony Music Entertainment. Now, Clive's resume is one of the most impressive in Hollywood. He served as president of Columbia Records from 1967 to 1973, then went on to establish Arista Records from 1974 until 2000 before launching J Records from 2002 to April 2008. He wore multiple hats as chairman and CEO of the RCA Music Group, which oversaw RCA Records, J Records, and Arista Records. He was also the chair and CEO of J Records and the chair and CEO of BMG North America before finally settling in at Sony Music Entertainment. As for Lucian, his resume is equally impressive. Billboard named him the most powerful person in the music business 4 times, so it's undeniable that these two men are at the very top of the music industry food chain. Now, if you're wondering how they're both tied to Diddy, let me break it down for you. Diddy and these two men have deep ties that go way back, like the long-standing connection between Diddy and Clive Davis. Let's take a trip down memory lane to the days before Diddy even launched Bad Boy Records, back when Diddy was just starting out as an intern at Uptown Records under the wing of Andre Harrell. But here's the kicker: even though Andre owned the label, it was Clive Davis who was bankrolling the whole operation. Things were looking pretty good for Diddy at the label until he decided to promote his first big show at the City College of New York. Unfortunately, it turned into a nightmare. Poor planning led to a stampede, and tragically, 9 people lost their lives. Not long after that, Diddy found himself out of a job, with the odds stacked against him for a successful career in the music industry. But then, out of the blue, Clive Davis stepped in and decided to invest in him, helping him launch Bad Boy Records. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Clive withdrew his support from Andre Harrell and Uptown Records, instead throwing his weight behind Diddy and his new label. Now, you're probably wondering how Diddy managed to pull off such a feat, especially after such a public disaster. I mean, Diddy had barely over a year of experience in the industry at that point. Well, according to the grapevine, there's more to this story than meets the eye. Rumor has it that Diddy allegedly struck a deal with Clive to become his boy toy in exchange for business deals.
Rumor has it, allegedly, Diddy got on his knees for Clive Davis in 1994, and that's how Bad Boy Records came about.
You look at P. Diddy, you like, yo, this dude is a billionaire. So people in the hood that don't got it is like, yo, Diddy is stupid. I never had industry friends. So for me, it's weird to even be friends with rap.
When P. Diddy could have signed 50.
That's the meeting that 50 said, you know, we gonna meet P. Diddy just because of the Biggie shit, but I'm not fucking with that nigga.
We in the office. It's me and 50.
Right.
He just went in there just seeing whatever deals he can get.
Right.
He's telling 50 like, yo, I can't sign you. You know, you got beef with Preem and all that.
And he sat down and was scared of Preem and them.
A lot of like, yo, we don't want to deal with the Preem shit. And that's basically what Diddy was saying.
So you got to understand, people don't understand the history of 50 and Diddy, what really happened in hip-hop. We always been hated. So I never been to P. Diddy party, Jay-Z brunch.
I know it's fun. Bad Boy House, I never been there. I know it's cool to be down with Diddy and Jay-Z in it. But we was down with 50, had beef with everybody.
Happened ever since this whole Diddy situation. There's just been this, like, endless amount of content of Diddy doing funny things. You know, like, there's the whole, where 50 Cent tells the story about how Diddy offered to take him shopping.
Right.
You know, and there's also the time where he made Fabulous real uncomfortable while Diddy was calling some other dude daddy and telling Fabulous, like, yo, why don't you party with me? And, you know, trying to get Fabulous to party with him, you know. What do you think about these like little looks into the past about how Diddy was acting?
I see a lot of I would call epics, these little commercials, these little cartoon things. South Park, that popped up with the devil talking about, I don't want to do it if Diddy did it. Did you ever see that on South Park?
I haven't seen that one yet. No.
Yeah, 50 ended up posting it, but I'm a South Park fan, so I already knew about that one. You know what I'm saying? So that was on. Was that on South Park? Yeah, that was on South. Yeah, South Park. Yeah, so I'm like, I'm a South Park fan, so I'm looking at that. So, and I say that this guy could have went down in history as one of the greatest producers that put together some of the greatest music in the 90s and having arguably one of the top greatest rappers in hip hop in his camp. For the people to make him the laughing stock of hip hop, the laughing stock of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, is one of the greatest tragedies of our time. It's crazy what he has become to the media.
Can you separate his music from his personal life?
You know the man through his music. So you can't separate his personal life from the music.
Why do you think he was offering to take 50 Cent shopping?
I can't really offer that, bro. I can't really answer that. I don't know why, but just on some sucker shit, probably. You know what I'm saying? Trying to play 50. He know 50. Come on, bro. 50 was rich at the time. 50 used to do music for him. Why he never asked him then when he was doing music for him? You understand? Just talking shit, want to have something to say. Knowing 50 hot.
Knowing 50, would probably have a crazy...
Now, Fifth, when you continuously call Puff gay, does that affect your relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said...
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh, my God.
Sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner Thieves in theaters January 9th.
That's why he says things. He doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said something fabulous, and he goes, "Yo, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party." What is he talking about? That's the kind of stuff that when people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out of no, dude, take me. That's what a guy says to a girl.
And he said you did the same thing to him. You asked him to take him shopping.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes. What? I'm a nice guy.
Yo, why are you and Fifth just...
Hey, yo.
Why y'all not...
Hey, yo, I don't have no beef with
I don't know why.
With Fifth. He loves me. He loves me.
Do y'all really have a beef?
I mean, y'all can't see it.
No, we can't see
y'all
it.
Y'all can't see that he loves me?
But see,
you really, hold on, you really think that's hate? When you really break it down, you've been out here a long time. You know he loves me.
I don't think he like you.
You know he loves me.
I don't think he like you.
Okay.
But why not? Y'all both passionate. Y'all both
I don't know.
Yo,
check this out. I don't know.
Like
I don't.
both the same.
No, we are not.
Okay.
We are not the same.
But I mean,
we are
as
not
far
cut
as
from the
you
same
guys
cloth.
work hard.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, I respect that. I don't never hit him with no, you know, nothing. I don't even think of no other man. Besides, if I'm thinking about another man, I'm thinking about uplifting. I'm not thinking about all that. All them gnats, you know, they can't really touch me. Y'all, at the end of the day, y'all see and y'all know what it is. Mm-hmm. You know, the track record. Y'all know the business acumen. Y'all know the community service. Y'all know what I'm about. You know, and when he does that, it's like funny to me. I don't really take it personal. I know he has a different sense of humor, and he's just not in my life. We don't have to never cross paths, and I will never say nothing negative about him, you know, because that's just not me.
It feels like something must have happened, though, like that we just don't know about behind the scenes.
He loves me.
That maybe a situation, a deal went bad.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
50 Cent, why he always had a problem with Diddy, because he's been trolling him for so long. And it goes back to an incident where 50 says that Diddy offered to take him shopping, to buy him clothes. Why do you think a grown man would ask another grown man to take them shopping? Have you ever heard of that before?
Well, that's what we do to bitches. That's what we do to people we're trying to get a relationship with or have sex with or to date. That's one of the first things. We either want to take you shopping for the females that really likes, that you can tell that obviously like to go shopping, or you try to take them to dinner or somewhere, or take them on a trip when you're really trying to get in their pants real quick. Hey, let's go, you know, I got a business meeting in New York. You want to ride with me? You want to fly with me? I got to go do this or do that. And so that's what 50 took it as. Like, nigga, that's what I do to a female when I'm trying to get in her pants. I asked to take her shopping. And so that's why 50 was so offended. And like he said, and you only offer that to people that's not in the ability to take care or take themselves shopping. 50 obviously at that time was able to afford to take himself shopping. Now, as we see, as we learn from like the game and people like that, I think it was Rick Ross, how he bought him a $40,000 golf cart, or somebody bought a $40,000 golf cart, and the game, you know, he bought him the Lamborghini and all of that. Apparently, I never been in that position. Rich people buy each other expensive gifts and give them nice things for their birthdays and stuff like that. You know, they give them like lavish parties and stuff like that. So we see that does happen. You know, Suge would give his artists and people that he was in business with or making money with, buy them nice gifts, and he always was buying people jewelry and stuff like that to look out. So I can see Puffy doing that. I remember Suge got pissed one time when Russell Simmons sent him some flowers, some roses and stuff, and a bottle of champagne. It was like the most disrespectful thing he ever did. But I ended up being with Suge on numerous occasions where he'd meet a female, Holly Berry, where he had a bottle of Cristal and roses sent, you know, to her room at the Four Seasons Hotel. So I guess people, that's their way, but he know that's a way of hitting on him. That's what people do when they're trying to get in your drawers or your panties. If they'll send you something nice or spend some money on you. And that generally is what make people get attracted to you or think, I didn't know he was into me, or I didn't know he was, feeling me like that, or he, send you something nice like that. And so that's why I really believe that 50 took offense